There are still unanswered questions surrounding the Air India crash that left at least 270 people dead. As families reel from the loss of loved ones, investigators are looking to answer what brought down the plane. Journalist Rajesh Joshi joins us now from India with the latest. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Rajesh, the crash happened in Ahmedabad, which is in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's home state. He visited the crash site and met with the lone survivor on Friday. How did authorities handle the aftermath of this tragedy?
It's a very, very difficult operation for, people who are there and the rescue teams. It is a very, very difficult operation. Look at the footage. The aircraft goes up and it doesn't, gain enough height, and it starts coming down. And within seconds, within I think a minute, it crashes on a hostel and it turns into a fireball. And killing, now confirmed number is 270 people are confirmed have been killed in this accident. 242 people were there on board, and rest of the people were on the ground because the aircraft crashed onto a hostel building where doctors were having their lunch. And I don't know how many people were there on the ground, but the total number is 270. So for rescue teams, it is a difficult operation. The challenging thing is that they have to collect evidence, and it has to be collected in a very, very sophisticated manner. An expert was saying that it's like an archaeological excavation. You have to collect each piece of evidence very carefully and preserve them, and later they will be analyzed. So yes, it is a very, very sad accident, and people are dealing with it.
And as I mentioned, miraculously, there was one survivor, a British citizen traveling with his brother who tragically died in the crash. How is he doing, and what is he saying about his survival story?
Well, personally, I don't believe in miracles, but this one survivor has forced me and people like me to believe in miracles. If this is not miracle, then what is? 242 people on board, and they were actually traveling in a fireball when it exploded. The aircraft was carrying 126,000 liters of jet fuel. So, and when it hit ground, hit the building, it became a fireball. And one person out of those 242 people jumping out of the aircraft and walking away, that's completely incredible. So this guy was very calm and quiet. I have seen his interviews, and you must have seen too. He was very calm and quiet. He was narrating his story, but the only sentence he could say, "I don't know how I survived." So he can't explain it, how he survived, because it's impossible. So impossible things happen.
Wow. And, it could take months before information can be retrieved from the plane's black box. How has the investigation been progressing otherwise?
So the Director General of Civil Aviation has held a press conference today, i.e. Saturday, and they have said that there will be enhanced security measures, especially when it comes to, Boeing Dreamliners 787-8. The entire fleet will be checked very, very carefully from now on, from the 15th, that is tomorrow. Then investigation is already underway. Investigators from the UK and the US have arrived in India, and that's the whole thing. They have arrived, and black box has been retrieved, but data will be retrieved from that black box, and it will be later analyzed. It's a painstakingly long process. So look at the wreckage. Look at the debris, strewn all over the place. Each piece of evidence will matter to understand what happens, because at the moment, everyone is grappling with the question, what actually happened? The information basically we have got is that within 30 seconds or 36 seconds uh, after the plane took off, the pilot sent out a distress message, mayday call. After that, when the air traffic controllers tried to respond, they didn't get any response from the pilots. So the plane was going down. When it exploded, it broke into several pieces. So for the investigators, it is going to be a very, very tough task to piece together what happened. Actually, who is responsible? Was it a mechanical fault? Was it a human error? It's internationally, Boeing Dreamliner is a very safe machine. That's what they say. That's what the experts say. But it proved completely otherwise.
Well, so on that note, is there concern about air travel safety in India right now?
Oh, yes, of course, there is. However, people have to travel by air, and people like me, I'm slightly scared of flying. But even if I have to take a flight, I will go. Although authorities and experts have assured that these accidents don't prove that air travel is not safe. Air travel is the safest mode of travel. That's what the experts say. But yes, there are concerns amongst people. But life doesn't stop. That's the thing. Life doesn't stop. We have to go about our business, our daily routine. That is what is happening.
Well, Air India is the country's national carrier with around a fleet of 300 air flights, I believe. So tell us briefly about the company, its operations and safety track record.
So it was a national carrier, I think 3 years ago. And then Tata company bought the whole Air India. So it is now run by the Tata company. They have also, issued a statement. The company has issued a statement announcing that each passenger who was killed on board, their kith and kin next to their relatives will be paid around 86,000 pounds, 1 crore rupees. I don't know how much it will be in terms of dollars, but yes, a little more than $90,000 per person. That's what they have announced. Or maybe more, I don't know. So that's what they have done. And they have assured the people that every aircraft will be checked, every single flight will be taken care of very, very carefully. And but one thing I want to say that at the moment, people want assurance. People want assurance that their flights, their journey will be safe. So, and people will be held responsible. This whole thing of accountability is not coming through. We don't hear much about, accountability. Who is responsible or who was responsible? Will there be action against them? So I have not heard any sort of assurance on that. But yes, let's wait for the investigators to complete the investigation. And once they have concluded, they have understood the fault or whatever happened inside the cockpit or during the flight, then probably there will be some action.
And all eyes will be on India as we watch that investigation unfold. Rajesh, we appreciate this update. That's journalist Rajesh Joshi in India.